Now we're live. Yeah. Sweat Equity Podcast. Thursday morning. Little Tupac. How much Tupac you got, Eric?
Can I do the hottie toddy?
3 packs of Tupac.
Do you ever let anybody else do the hottie toddy?
Fuck no.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Not yet. This is a teaser.
We slowly get into it, bro.
My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. That other voice you're hearing?
Just tap me on my knee
What do you want to go by?
when you're ready.
John
under
Paul?
the table.
John Paul? JP?
Yeah, JP, John Paul, whatever.
What do you prefer?
I don't know. Is it weird that I don't have a preference anymore?
I know.
No?
Because
I
some
use
people,
both.
Yeah,
My kids use both on you.
I kind of just gone by, honestly, people in my life, what they say. Like, so when I was growing up, honestly, like, all my friends would call me John Paul, and then all the people that weren't my friends called me JP.
I remember
No offense.
when we first met how pretentious I thought it was.
This wildly interesting stuff and more
Yeah.
coming up. We want to talk about your business as a Tampaniac production pictures.
Whatever.
Hey man, this is what happens
We
on no
couldn't
sleep.
decide either.
Well, it's y'all's business together.
Well, the production is the comedy video side of it, and
Okay.
then the pictures is like the commercial and small business kind of side of it.
Okay. Yeah, but we're going to talk a little video, film production, that kind of stuff, and we're gonna give a little love to our sponsor before you get to the hottie toddy.
Okay.
FreshBooks. We're going to be pimping FreshBooks pretty much a lot this quarter. Yeah, I speak in quarters. Look, FreshBooks. You need some accounting software. Like people, I keep talking to people now, and now I'm curious, and you'd be surprised how many people do it in Excel. Don't you do your accounting in Excel?
To be honest, I deleted FreshBooks last year.
Thanks.
But
Thanks for
being back in here. This is what this is for, is because you're getting me back onto the right path and getting my business back on track, which you've already helped a lot. Like Eric's gotten my website.
We'll do some live advice in a minute, but
We'll talk about why I
you need to
deleted
get
it.
back on FreshBooks because it is a premier accounting software. Our listeners get a free 30-day trial. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. Like he's sweat. Getting you nasty. GoFreshBooks.com/sweat. Get that 30-day trial. Look, you get the hookup. Holler if you hear me.
We can sign me up on FreshBooks live right now.
Oh, there's
How
nothing
riveting
better.
would that be?
Eric's got
Let's
the computer
fill
in front
out
of him.
forms
Yeah.
online. What a great show that'll be.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm gonna do my. I'm gonna clip my toenails. So this is gonna be a good show. I'm really excited. You ready? Give it whenever you want.
This is how I would do it. Hottie toddy. Over. You can do it short sometimes. It doesn't have to be long. That's what the girls say.
That's what the girls say about wieners or the hottie totty.
The hottie toddy, of course, dude.
It applies across the gamut of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's we need a war cry. That's basically kind of part of it.
Okay, I've never done it, so maybe if I do it for real, maybe I'll appreciate it a little bit more.
Just come back, just work on it, like
Okay,
practice
I'll do it in the
every
mirror.
day in the mirror for like 20 minutes a day, and then like 3 months from now, come back, and then we'll do it.
No,
it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, but I want to see what you got now. Let's see where
All
you
right,
start.
all
Try
I
it.
might- Can we tell everybody to cover their ears
No.
right now and plug?
It's a podcast,
Just,
jackass.
just move your mouth back while you do it.
Hottie toddy.
Woo,
Ugh. That's why I hate it. It sounds
That
that
hurt.
bad every time.
that hurt.
Yep, I hate it too.
All right, so where do you want to go? Where do you want to start?
Where do your
We've been-
problems begin?
Well, you're in this office,
boy.
hanging out and working from here, and I think. Sorry, I'm messing with the Mevo camera.
Oh boy.
A lot of cuts going on.
The cropping is
Jeez.
Yeah, I might have to hand this over to Eric.
Okay.
people are tuning.
So the look, the Mevo camera is awesome. It's just I have such bad ADD. It's hard for me to focus on the direction of that if it's not doing it automatically.
I want to get the Mevo camera because we film weddings,
There you go.
and doing some kind of live stream of the wedding is something that I got to add on there. That's like, it just an extra option for my couples that could be awesome. I mean, so many people are live streaming on Facebook and all that stuff nowadays that it's almost like a must. Like, why aren't
I got an idea for you too, as a good part of the sell. If you have that as part of your package, you might be able to tell the bride and groom that they don't have to invite as many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Because well, we watched our buddy who's been on the show, Mustache owner, David Weingarten, comedian, Cigar City Comedy.
His business is mustache. He doesn't have a mustache.
Well, I think we're going to have to grow
Does he?
mustaches if he's a retainer client of ours. But what's it called? He did his wedding. It was just him and his wife, and they live streamed the whole thing. And I was like, I don't want to do a Jewish joke here, Weingarten, but you're really pinching pennies here.
Just flipping the no, it's technology.
You're right.
It's like, sure, you cheap bastard.
So I think that's a good way to help. You might be able to kind of. Your job is not just videographer; it's a trust thing where I think they want to see that you're thinking ahead to how to kind of calm them down or reduce the amount of stress.
Yeah.
So that might be a good thing to go, hey, if we live stream this, you don't have to invite as many people.
Or you could actually, quote unquote, invite more people
Right.
to watch online. It's like, oh, look how many people were included in this. And really, they don't include that many people.
That's brilliant, dude. That's an angle that I didn't even think of. I was just like, I thought I should just be doing it. But yeah, no, they could save money on the amount of people they invite.
Because otherwise, let's say you stop there. Let's say you stop without, you say, we can live stream it, right? And you stop right there. Then the incentive, it turns into almost a penalty for them in their brain, because that's like live TV to a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. So like you turn this into a good thing before their lizard brain turns it into a shitty thing. Mm-hmm. This is like Art of War, or like, what is it? Not Art of the Deal, Trump stuff. Yeah. We've been talking a lot about business development stuff and how to get better at some of this process, right? I just think like there's a way to kind of curve a conversation without being corny. You're not manipulating anybody, but you want to put it in their ear before they can make a snap decision on something they don't really know about.
Well, it also goes to like the when it comes to closing and stuff like that. I know you as a person, obviously, that you kind of almost not feel bad, but like it's might be awkward for you and that sort of thing. So like not just the Mevo camera live stream stuff that you can turn into a positive thing. You could turn it into a positive thing for both you and them, where you can be like, okay, no, this is actually a benefit for you and for me, obviously, sort of thing. So kind of mental tricks.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I'm still percolating on the idea of you're pitching it to somebody that you're going to save money on the amount of guests you're going to have, right? Because you're going to live stream it. But what if you had a live stream guest experience where like you got like some kind of live stream hooked up to somebody, kind of like a GoPro head mount. They're sitting there eating dinner at the table. They're talking with the creepy uncle, talking about the
Depends on the group. Like
Arrested Development.
They're on the dance floor.
They had the guy as the proxy. He just walked around with a camera on his head, and the dad acted as he would say everything the dad told him to say.
Yeah. Who is it? Bob
Einstein.
Super
Dave.
Yeah.
What?
Super Dave.
Depends on the crowd.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
My wedding, let's see, someone got a DUI and someone overdosed on cocaine. So I think
live stream that.
I don't think
in the bathroom.
You're gonna have to adjust for the crowd.
Say OD'd. Somebody died.
No,
I'm
what did I
laughing.
say? Yeah, OD'd.
Then they were just partying.
Yeah, he drove himself to the hospital from coke.
Well, yeah.
But I was like, what are you going to do, wait around? You're the best driver out there right now.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
It's like time's ticking, guys. Like the ambulance is going to be here in 2 seconds, guy.
What is taking so long? Do you guys need me to streamline these forms or something?
It's the cocaine.
Look, that conversation, like adding that into there, it's not going to really, they're probably not going to pull the trigger on it because they will think about it later and kind of probably maybe go, unless it's just a static for the actual ceremony. Yeah. But like, I think, and that's easy to do. And I think, you could suggest it and they may like it in that meeting and they may sign. but when it comes down to it, they might not, just because a lot of people are very skittish about it. I think it's more important that it shows that it somehow shows experience, and that you're forward thinking, you're proactive. Because my thing when I was doing my wedding, I don't know about y'all or you, but like my thing was like, I just don't want to be interrupted by any of this. Like, I want you to do it, but I don't really want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have to worry about it. I'm actually going to call the references you have, which a lot of people don't do. It's surprising to me.
It's extra work. Why would you want to do extra work?
Well, it's expensive. Not saying you are expensive comparatively. I'm saying that for a wedding that it starts adding up, Mm-hmm. And we went with this film crew that we just liked their style. It looked cinematography, looked like kind of a Nolan movie almost. Mm-hmm. But they didn't really get the shots we wanted at the end of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we didn't give them any direction. You have to be like bang, 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 bang.
I don't know. I think
Here's
a wedding videography. Wedding videographer you shouldn't have to give them a shot list. Like
if you want a certain shot though, right?
Yeah.
It was shot outside of kind of the realm of normal. I would say.
I get that. But I mean, really, it's like if you're a videographer, you should be able to see what's happening and say that's the shot. To expect a bride and groom to come up with shots, like that's not something that needs. They're not gonna know what looks good necessarily or whatever.
But I thought I know because we did sketches, so I'm like, I got this. Look, what is your punch list? Let me see this production schedule.
It's like anything. Once you do it a bunch and you get to know the routine of the day, and then you have all the shots in your head. Like I have hundreds of shot ideas in my head, but then the day of when I see it on the fly and I'm like, oh, there it is, and then I can get it. But we just film so much. Like it's hard to be exact on what we're gonna get the day of because it's so different every time. But we just practice just filming as much as we can and and doing coverage as good as we can.
Yeah.
Like just getting the awesome shots and just having that creative eye every time that we go and shoot. And honestly, if you're not into it, if you're being shitty that day or something's going wrong, it's going to come across in the camera. It totally does, which is crazy, dude. Yeah, crazy. I really feel I think a negative person or somebody that's just
not being
hates
into
people or whatever, they're not going to film good, at all. They're not going to capture what you should be capturing.
According to our personality test, Eric is very negative.
Hateful.
But he's a good videographer, so I don't know.
Not negative. Pessimistic.
I would love where they would put me on that chart.
I was I don't think that's that bad. It's you hate everything that is presented to you.
It was that I just think everything's going to be shitty. That's what it is.
That's positive.
That's referring to the test.
If you guys want to hear that, that's probably 2 months back. Yeah. In the episodes, the
APQ Advanced Personality Questionnaire. John Paul, you should think about taking one.
Find
out what you're good at.
We lamented taking it, and now I probably think about it a little bit every day since. Because it was pretty accurate. I still think I probably should have taken it with not a bunch of stuff to do right after that.
Right.
Because I may have rushed it, or just been tired or not in a good, your true self mindset. But it'll help you figure out what you're good at. It's hard to assess yourself all the time because you, as a business owner, you're the owner operator, right? So you're doing a lot of stuff, and you have a good OCD. Where you cleaned up this office.
Thanks for that, buddy.
That's a good OCD. I'm
coming
fine
for
with
one
that.
podcast, clean the whole office.
Yeah.
If you had to turn around in your chair 3 times every time you spoke, that would be annoying. But I'm cool with the OCD where you clean the shit out of the place. I love that one.
It's not a right angle; it's a wrong angle. Sorry.
There's a lot of pain behind that smile. No, I would say, where's I going with this? Oh, let's go into we've been talking business development, right? And I think a lot of people struggle with this. None of us in this room are badass salesmen, coffee for closers, Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, just coming in there like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, we lack that great white shark. Put your eyes gloss over and just get the sale
Exactly.
done, sort of thing.
So
We remain humans when we talk to people.
I can do it. I've done it before. I think Eric has as well.
Yeah, that was good too.
I had to believe. Well,
Let's
first
sell
things
do.
first. If people are listening to this and it's not their own business or their own side thing, but they are doing business development and kind of hate it, for me, it was about I have to believe in what I'm selling, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I worked for an air purifier company, and the product worked. It was actually good, and the price was fair compared to what was out there. So I didn't have a problem being kind of proud to talk about it. I worked for Sola Salon Studios, where I was talking to stylists about doing leases, and I actually believe that is a really great concept business-wise, and it's all about empowering a bunch of women to run their own business. I do fully believe I drink the Kool-Aid. So that made it easier once I accepted that's what I'm putting out there. The problem when it's your own thing is you're thinking that I'm going to guess. This is what I have too a little bit is I've got holes in my game, and I don't want to overpromise something, but I'm probably being too hard on myself.
Yeah,
Right?
insecurity starts to play in a little
For
bit.
sure, but does what you just said work the same way with being creative and being an artist in a way? And I use that. I do consider myself somewhat of an artist because we come up with concepts out of thin air, and then we film them and we put together a piece, but it could. I hate everything I do. So for you to say to be confident and I am, and I understand that, but when I wish that I could just do my work, put my time and as much time I want to put into that one project, get it to where I want to be, and just be done with it. But for me, it's never done. My projects are never done. Just probably when you did stand up, and it's your jokes and things are never actually done, and I just I have a problem being confident in something that I'm not done with in a way. You know what I mean?
So, well, I want to try to help you with this.
And being short and fat my whole life, it's hard to be
I
completely
can't help you with that.
confident in yourself in anything 100%. And that's just the
I'm
truth.
I'm not saying confidence overall with yourself. I'm saying confidence in, let's call the service a product in this situation. Confidence in your product. What you're hawking, right?
Yeah.
You're not a huckster. You're not selling snake oil. So that's the other extreme.
Would you be in comedy? Would you be I'm the funniest dude in the world? I am hilarious, and
I never, but I wasn't my own agent, So I wasn't. That's a different thing. You stand up. It's an artistic kind of endeavor that I feel like I knew was a negative game until it's going to could take 20 years until you really make something out of it. Mm-hmm. My plan in the future was something really try to do stand up and maybe do corporate shows, but I can actually talk business, which no comic can. So it's that's a niche I want to try to carve out eventually, but I got to work on some kind of act that fits that model.
yeah.
And this show helps with that. So doing all these side things, it all kind of helps out.
Gaffigan did a show for the Pope. That's kind of crossing over into.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
Slightly crossing over.
right.
They'll do it for an alien.
Right, but Gaffigan gets paid by probably Dow Chemicals to do their event or whatever, and gets paid a lot. But he's just doing his act. I want to do something that's kind of we can actually talk business, and I'm good at improving a lot of this stuff. So I want to improv, try to help you with some of these things we've been talking about, and in a weird way, the operation side of you. If you work on the processes so they're so tight, you'll have confidence in the business development side. If your stuff is so tight in process, and we by no means are Six Sigma lean guys yet, but when I did start going, okay, I need to dedicate a lot of my time each week to working on this slowly, because we have so many services and we have so many contractors out there, it'll hurt your brain just because there's too many things to remember. So speaking of the creative, right, I have no problem now going, I know the logo process backwards and forwards. I've done the research on other people. I know we can usually nail it in 3 rounds of design. After that first round of concepts, we'll do 5 concepts for you. After that, I want to see your face when we do this meeting. So I'm not just going to email them to you. These things, like these little tweaks over time, like that thing where I have to see their face. I want the Malcolm Gladwell blink thing. That happened out of just trial and error, right? Because a lot of people just send off logos, and there's no presentation, there's no story. So in the same respect, over time you'll figure out. We talk about video with this show. All right, we need to find a camera like this that could edit for us, essentially, or we're editing while we're going, and that saves a lot of time. Otherwise, we weren't going to do video because it's too time consuming.
Yeah, and thank God we do.
Yeah,
it's very very helpful.
And
People
we're gonna
like
get, and then we're gonna get better with
People
it.
do like it.
I guess so.
We're gonna get
Wanna
better
see
with
my
it.
face.
I don't know.
We're gonna add graphics to it. We're gonna add other cameras. We're gonna keep continuously improving the process of live streaming.
Yeah, it's like don't let it get overwhelming. It's okay to figure one thing out at a time. You know,
Right.
you don't need to say, "Well, I'm never gonna get all of it done." If you figure out the one thing, that frees you up time to do that next little thing. You know, like for you we were talking about whatever form DocuSign stuff we were talking about
Yesterday, yeah.
and
So you were sending PDF contracts.
I send them a contract, and I say, please print out, sign, scan, and email back to us.
right, which is a huge impediment for just for close. Like people, until you get that check, it's not real. So like just that impediment for them to have to go through that. That's one more thing that they got to do. It's a little bit annoying
I would
for
be
them.
annoyed.
Right. And so we want to close that gap of the lag time between.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20 minutes to send that email the way you were doing it before, I'm sure, right? Type something up, attach the PDF, send it over. But then, you have to double back on whatever you're doing at the moment. So if you're in editing mode, you're in post mode for another wedding, you don't want to have to double back and reset your brain to go do administrative work,
Mm-hmm. I don't work that way. I can't. That's the whole thing for me is that, say, a couple, like yesterday, 4 leads came in yesterday.
Okay.
My day's shot. Like, I'm not getting any creative stuff done for the most part. Like,
What do you
because
mean?
I feel like I have to be like, because if we're trying to do a 1-day close or we're trying to, I need to be just focused in on these people. I can't go in and out of being creative like that. And it's hard for me to really find that groove of when I'm creative. It's usually 4 to 6 in the morning. It's like when I really can get some good editing done.
I don't buy that because you can.
Yeah.
You got to put pressure on yourself to do it. And I know you can do it because I had to figure that out too, right? I have to be able to flip into a legal conversation and then change my brain and go into creative mode.
I mean, just this podcast. This is creative right here.
Yeah.
We were sitting in there working on computers.
Yeah.
Before we started, we got to turn it on. Sort of thing. It's the same idea.
Yeah, I was right before that. I was looking over a legal doc, and right before that, I was doing a follow-up call. It's all doable, but if you're already selling your brain out on that, you'll never be able.
No, I'm with you. You can't just put it out there and say it. Like verbalizing it is kind of putting it into action. Like, I mean, how do you do it? Is it like a physical switch in your head that you're just like, obviously?
Well, I think it's confidence
Not physical,
for you.
but-
I mean, because like you're sitting there, I can't do that. I can't go from
Right.
creative to administrative. You can, but you're telling yourself you can't, and then now you've already lost. So you just got, and it seems that all of it's going back to confidence. But like,
Why do I think I'm going to fail at everything?
right?
You got to do some personal stuff as well, because if you are most of the business, everything goes through you. So if you're not,
But that fuels my fire. I don't want to fail. So it's like,
no, that's good. That's fine.
It's like,
Use that.
man,
But if
it's like
you-
I want to be better than the last time.
Okay.
Every time. I think what I just did, I finished something, it sucks. I'm going to be way better the next time.
All right. Yeah, that's really good. Continuous improvement all the time. But are you really like writing down what those things are, or are you just saying let's get better?
Yeah. Are you taking steps to make it better,
Well-
quantifiably, or are you just being like,
Yes.
was this one better or not?
But there's just so many things But yes, I have lists on lists. Like I write on my hand, like you do, which is what is that when you already make lists of things, and then I write on my hand lists.
I only write things on my hand like pick up baby formula. Like those are
baby.
not business notes. Those are always like your wife's gonna get mad at you if you don't.
You just started doing this. I've been doing it since high school.
I've been doing it on my hand forever, but it's never been business. It's never been work stuff on my hand, unless it's like crazy important and I'm out, out having drinks with people for work that night.
Sign my hand contract now.
No, it'd be like you got to send this check, you got to pay someone, or like make sure to follow up from what this guy said. Those kind of things. But typically, the things I write in my hand are like running an errand.
I would love to know like
Stuff you
what
can
that
wash off.
what that
Right.
test you took would say about guys that write on their hand. I mean, there's one or two things like you're completely slow and
You're deflecting all of this conversation
Yeah.
now. Let's get continuous improvement, right? So you're writing lists. Are you looking back at the lists?
yes, I love crossing things off a list. That's probably like top 5 things that I love doing
Pleasures.
most.
Now
And popping pimples.
I'm gonna push.
Move on
I'm
from
gonna.
that, I guess.
You're the one that's weird about pimples.
There's a whole subculture on YouTube of people popping pimples. It's weird.
I've actually I've gone as far as you can go, and I'm coming back. It's
went to a fourth dimension.
it's.
What, with the pimple
You
popping?
time traveled?
I've seen as worst as you can get, and I'm over
You're
it.
over it? Okay.
So gross.
We'll
Ugh.
see.
You-
Dude, show Eric
all right.
a pimple on your back. Watch
Here's-
his eyes light up.
Me?
Here's going to be a suggestion. I'm going to give you. You're not going to do it, but for the listeners that are having this same kind of scattered problem, get this Live Scribe notebook. It's a Bluetooth notebook. Now, if you link it up, I think it's one-time setup. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
figured
it
it-
works. It's not even really a setup. It's just hook it to your phone. It's super simple.
Bluetooth pen. Look, and if people are like, I lose a pin all the time. Yeah, so do I, but not when it's a $200 pin. I have this is the same one I've had for 4 years, I think, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I got Eric one as well, or the company did, and it's a Bluetooth notebook that can also record. So you hit
Audio.
record on here.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
There's a little audio button on the piece of paper.
Yes.
Yeah, but you have it on your phone. Like, so I mean, like you have an audio recorder.
Yeah, but no, it's just a piece of paper with a little symbol.
No, it's telling the pen to record.
The
I know,
pen the
but-
pen is reading the paper. It's not like the paper has circuit boards in it.
And if you get really OCD with it, which you may, you can like annotate things. You can tag stuff. You can star, flag, whatever. I would tell you get this, and then what it does is now you can push it to Evernote or OneNote, and it'll take your handwriting and put it into text form. So all the notes, all these lists you're writing, you're going between offline and online. I do it too. It's not ideal. And I just was like, I just asked Eric, I was like, I got to get on Wunderlist. I got to start using this because my system blew up. I didn't use it for like 3 days or a week or something a while back, and then just never got back on track. And I was writing all these lists, and now they're all over the place, and it's just messy.
I've tried to tell him about Wunderlist, the app, and
I've-
you do have an Android phone. I don't know if that was the problem. I don't recall why you didn't get it. But
Dude, so I must be like old school because, like, at my desk at home, I'll have, I'll have my lists right here, and they're kind of like categorized. Like, I'll have like, like future project things that I want to get done, and then like my clients, my leads that I need to follow up with, all the hot people, and then like all the other to do stuff. Having it right in front of me on pieces of paper is so much quicker for my brain to just be like, what? Boom! Look at it. It's almost like looking at the hand is so much quicker than going into my phone, like looking into an app and like
Well,
looking around and like
Get
tooling around
Get
on
a
an
tablet just for your task manager.
app. I would write shit on the walls if I could just like
No,
my
it's-
notes are
it's
there. And I'm
helpful.
like,
It-
don't
look,
need
yeah,
it.
no,
What
I
I'm
get
saying
that.
is this is a backup. This
Yeah.
isn't the overall gonna. It's not gonna save. It's not gonna.
The backup thing is huge.
I use this as a backup mostly right now. If I was smart, I would take a couple of hours and really learn everything to push over. So you can push it to Evernote in OneNote, and then that can push out to integrated stuff. Zendu was my old task manager. I think Wunderlist will do it. All these task managers, which again, backup, because there's urgent and important. You ever seen that Eisenhower matrix of tasks?
This is you should pay attention to this. This is
Urgent and important.
Sounds self-explanatory, but
It is. It's really dumb, but it actually helps you compartmentalize a lot of stuff. So you have urgent and important. You have non-urgent.
Sounds dumb, but
Important.
when you see it,
it's a little tic-tac-toe box you just
You have
made.
urgent, not important, which is like, you have to pee, and then I don't know.
that's important though.
Yeah.
Don't hold your pee.
Non-urgent, non-important, and a lot of people don't put stuff in this bucket because you think everything that's coming in is non-urgent, non-important.
Everything I say is important.
I would say a lot of people, I would put time in there, right? What's non-urgent, non-important? Probably spending too much time on Instagram or something like that. I would say just because it's not a task doesn't mean it can't go in that bucket. And you just go, well, am I getting something out of this somehow, work-wise, if you are stressed about everything going on? But as far as your task list that you're writing out, if you start figuring out, okay, what's in this bucket, what's in this one, and what's in this one, it will help you compartmentalize on the fly a lot better. So that's one little trick. I think it's called the Eisenhower matrix.
Where do you put creativity in that box?
What do you-
Like time for where does that go? Like time to just think about projects or just come up with new ideas?
So there's a couple ways I look at this. I don't know if Eric has anything.
Go ahead.
So you have to create time. You do have to create time to let your brain breathe, but it has to be like kind of fixed time, right? So if you do meditation, or you honestly, if you're worried about your weight, make that time part of your creative time, right? Go for a walk. Walks are awesome. I just went on a walk, partly to get something to eat, but partly just to kind of get my brain kind of ready to come on air and talk about stuff. What are we going to talk about? What would this conversation be like? And then you get these, it's weird, you get a lot of ideas that way. I think
I like that. As a fat person in OCD, like I love the idea of I could wake up in the morning and just like take a walk and just think about my day and like plan
30
it out
minutes.
to the T, write things on my hand as I walk.
if you have this
Yeah.
pen, there's a handheld notebook version that you can walk with. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll turn off the phone, take this Apple Watch off, whatever, just try to get away from anybody trying to contact me. I call it old Jewish man walks, because I just go around and go feh about like why is this way? Oi, like, but then I'll write it down. Either that's going to be a joke, or I'll use it as a metaphor for work when I'm trying to explain something. And you do have to like make sure to shut down and do that. I don't know if you have a problem doing that.
So for you say creative time. Are you talking about time to think about where you want to go with a video, or others, or ideas for future videos?
Yeah, I
or
mean like
is
the
it-
scripting, the actual like like the project we're doing this month.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a company named Formex. We're doing their kayak that they have, and they have a floating work dock that goes around like like at a marina. You go around the boats and stuff, and just coming up with out of nowhere. We had the kayak and we had this floating dock, and we had to come up and script an idea for their commercials. That, and there's no time. I feel like there's no limit on how long that can take necessarily.
Sure there is.
to come
Put a
up
limit on it. Set aside time. We have an hour to do
I
this.
hate
Yeah.
doing that.
I mean, yeah, but then
Yeah,
it
but-
puts urgency
right.
on it, and then you have to get it done.
You're right.
It
You and
creates
I, we get together. We're buddies, so like we're hanging out. Like it's not easy to stay on
I
task.
think the deadlines, even like me. So I set deadlines like usually like every week, every month. I'll have some big deadlines. Maybe just starting deadlines every day. I need deadlines like every day. Like doing
I feel like you telling yourself their deadlines might be a negative thing.
Right.
I've always worked that way though. Like
or,
I think it comes with the way I've been. Like ever since school, everything. Like I've always just kind of waited till the last minute, got the
I
projects
know.
done, and
Like when you tried to do stand up and you wrote it on a napkin and
It's-
while
it-
other people were doing their
it's so that's so cliche too. It's I feel like the biggest idiot for that.
I'll give you leeway on the stand.
And I don't even want to tell you what I'm not going to tell you.
Oh no, we
I
can't
even,
say that.
Can't tell you what I went up and said. I mean,
Don't worry about it. Repeating a stand-up act, trust me, doesn't really work that well. Even if it's good jokes that work on stage, they don't work that well on the podcast sometimes. I would say,
look at my dick.
Look. But you're already creating outs. That whole explanation, you've already created a bunch of outs. Like I can't. It's hard. I don't know. Here's how I look at it. I'll tell you how I look at it. I don't know how you do, but like I just try to go, okay, what do I got coming? I'll be in the car. I try to utilize all the time I have. Just because I'm probably maxed out too much right now, but it's not anything I can really control at the moment. Eventually, I'll be able to kind of have this time to let my brain breathe so I can be more creative. But the way I kind of look at it is I call it flex time, right? So you're not working, but you're not working, all right? A lot of people sit in the zone at home after they come home from the office. I would say I try to get home, but if I'm going to wash the dishes, what can I think about now? I literally do this now. What can I think about while I'm washing the dishes creatively, or what's coming up? And there's business creative. I think you're thinking too much in the artistic creative. There's business creative, like problem solving, I think. And then there's like more artistic creative, which, you know, you have to be born with that a little bit, I think, but you can hone it into like, I'll just use the logo example a little bit more. It's like, or how about this? I can create like ad campaigns on the fly a little bit, right? So I can sit with someone and they can go, hey, I want to do Facebook ads. And you go, okay. Now I have kind of a little bit of a creative template. Okay. Who's the audience? Okay. All right. It's divorced women. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is a moving company. Let's do it for divorced women. Let's do something empowering for the divorced women. What can we do? And then you kind of just keep snowballing ideas, spitballing them out there, and you try to go, okay, what have I seen other moving companies do? That's the other thing too. Business creatives, like the creative for business stuff, right, doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. You can literally everybody kind of templates from each other.
And I feel like your creative for your stuff is not. You don't have to do a lot of it. Like, yes, you have these commercials that you got to do. You and I, we've already basically scripted it out. But in general, if you're preparing for a wedding video, the quote-unquote creative part of it is you editing and going through it. So, like, to say that you need creative time might not be the best way for you to think about it mentally.
And I think it 100% is. And I don't think that many people, even you guys, can't relate to what I'm talking about. So, like, honestly, if I'm just here to tell people, like, I feel the same way. Like, stepping up to a project and just coming up with the way it's going to be and trying to make it completely original and better than what you've done before. For some reason, even after you've got it filmed, you could have it. I could have it scripted, filmed. We've done it all, and now it comes down to putting this piece of work together. Dude, there's something about it for me, like stepping up to the plate now and being like, I'm going to knock this out of the park. And I don't know. I think that it does come in waves. Like with me, creativity does come in waves. And I have been, the last year, I've been really keeping, notice to when that comes. And I jump on it. Like when I'm creative, I'll get like tons of projects done. And it's just weird like that. I don't know. But like I've definitely talk to people that have that same feeling, and I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it
doesn't exist. I'm saying you can reprogram yourself because I used to have a lot of that.
I'm ready. I want to just be editing all day, like pumping projects out. Like that would be
what
awesome.
you're doing is you're making it so overwhelming
Yeah.
I am overwhelmed a little bit. Like,
just take it in chunks. That's a good way to break down a lot of big things. You go, okay, here's how I'll write a joke and I'll make the comparison for the like editing and wedding video, because the editing, the post on the video production side, that's the killer of time, and that's the killer of creativity, because you're doing so many just robotic, just sitting there, going through, categorizing, like just
Yeah.
It is math. Most of it. I would say I write a joke, I'll say something funny, I'll write it down. And then I'll go, okay, I gotta hammer this out into a bit. And then I'll write a little bit before it, a little bit after it. Right? So how did I get to this part? I need to create a story, essentially.
Which is what kind of you do.
Your storytelling, that's what you're doing, right? So you have act 1, 2, and 3. Now you try to find you try to remember the money shot, right? Because while you're shooting, you caught something great. So that's something you build around. That's where you start, right?
yes, for sure.
So you find these anchor pieces and you go act 1, 2, and 3, right? So you're compartmentalizing all this stuff, because every wedding video should have a 1, 2, 3. I'm sure you do that, right?
Yeah.
Just like any story. It's formulaic. I think a lot of creativity is more math than it gets credit for in this respect. So, okay, now you have act 1, 2, and 3. Now, what is it about? All right, so you got the ceremony. You got something great.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is a wedding is the same basically every time. You've got the setup. You go visit the bride. Boom, boom, boom. It's almost every one that you and I have done is going to be the same sequence one way or another with some added pizzazz. So like, I think for you maybe dividing up this overwhelming thing, like figuring out what the different parts are and addressing them one at a time.
And you haven't done as much of the looking at footage and the editing of the wedding videos as I have. And every video every person is different. Every occasion is different. And that's something that I bring to the table, I think, is that, I experience every event through my eyes, and there's shots that I don't get at other weddings. There's things that happen. People do goofy things.
We're not there
and
yet.
Like they're
We're
all
not even talking about that yet. You're already trying to buy out of this.
Yeah.
Why it's it's so much.
So
different
I want to
for
know.
you.
I have a question for you. So back to the
Eric's worked with you on this. I haven't, but I can understand. I get it.
I pride myself in not being as formulaic with the wedding videos, and every video is different for me. It's every video.
Well,
is different.
you're stressed out because you're not coming up with a formula. Like you need.
It's true. It's true. And
It's chaos, and the chaos is what's causing you the stress. Like to have something to go back to have that comfort.
I bet I can figure out the act 1, 2, 3. Act 1, it's them getting prepared. It's shots around.
Not always
it's exterior.
No.
Look. It's setting, right? It's setting up, setting the table.
I sometimes start with the reception shots at the very end of the day, and then
that is the exception to the rule. Probably
it's almost like thinking about how like Inception, or like how Christopher Nolan like does the time jumps and all that stuff.
Yeah, but is it the outcome? You're doing all this work to make it so unique in that kind of editing way. I don't know if the audience necessarily.
Yeah, not. That's not serving the story to put it like what I'm saying. Like it's not. Oh, they were married the whole time, sort of.
If they were like favorite movies,
I didn't mean to say like
my favorite movie's Memento. Like, and then you cut it up that way. Then yeah, totally. But like most people are fine with 1, 2, 3 act setting ceremony.
Some people
after.
want it, to be in order like that,
But no one's like, man, fuck that guy's his what
perfect
he did for us.
representation
Right.
of our day.
Right,
Like,
you're overthinking it for your audience.
what I think you need to think about is creating, like making areas of the day your own creative. Stop worrying about the stuff that's going to happen anyways. Don't worry about like the ceremony, that sort of thing. Where can you be creative? Like the photo shoots that usually the bride and groom have before or after a ceremony when they're first together in their gown, like the wedding dress and tuxedos, that sort of thing. That's, I know, a time when you can be creative with what you're shooting. So you can relate that to your editing process.
People might be wondering what I mean, like when I'm saying when you feel creative. So I have a question for you. When you're writing jokes and doing comedy stuff, do you ever just get this feel? Do your nipples ever get hard when you write a good joke, or it's there and you can feel it?
One nip gets hard. The
Okay.
other one,
The other one's dead.
it's dead to me.
Okay, that's the feeling I'm talking about. Is like when sometimes when I'm editing, I can feel it. I can feel it where it
Sure.
needs to be.
Ride
and
that
it's like
wave.
I'm
That's
in
fine.
that mood where when something hits right, I'm like, that's where it needs to be. Like just get
That's
in
fine.
that feeling,
Look,
dude.
that-
And sometimes
sure.
you don't want to have that feeling, or I don't know what, but
I was just telling Eric this morning, if I sat down and did what I used to do, write 20 minutes every day, I'd be so much better at not only the stand-up, I thought the police were outside. I'd be so much better at my, like, having the act, which right now is kind of on the side. It's on the sidelines, but I still like writing. It's good for my brain. It's an exercise, just like actual exercise, to get things going. But it also helps me write for content for us, and it helps me want to write too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's these things that'll help you do that. But yeah, if you have lightning in a bottle and you don't have a lot of shit going on, like nothing's
Ride
like
it.
majorly pressing, ride that wave. Yeah, all day. If you like, Eric's got his paintings in here. I'm sure that is one of those things where, you're feeling it, or even if you're not feeling it, you get into it, and then you find that after 10 minutes you're in the mode.
Oh yeah, the painting, dude. That's when I can really feel the flow. Like I'll just feel like a buzzing, like an electricity through my eyeballs, where it feels like, man, I don't even feel like I'm sitting inside myself right now. It's like I'm watching me do it. 'Cause you do it without thinking, sort of stuff, and it's like, just let yourself mess up a little bit, sort of thing. Stop worrying about the outcome and just let it go.
And technically on the video, I would just do a fat cut in that boring way first, right?
yeah,
The boring act 1, 2, 3.
to get them feelings going and to get it.
Get it going. You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna have to catalog all the shit anyway, right? So just do a basic bitch cut, and then it will help you kind of go, oh, you know what, this would be cool because we have this shot over here, right? But you always have that backup 1, 2, 3.
I like that idea, dude. I really do. Starting on it a little bit, and just not even having pressure on this. This is going to be
Call it vanilla.
This is just a whatever. This is not the final product. I'm just going to start it. I like that because if you can, as a comedian, can write jokes when you're not feeling funny, or a painter can paint when you're not feeling like painting, then yeah, you just got, like you're saying, you just got to start it. Just start for 10 minutes and start doing it.
And when you really start looking at successful people in the creative world, they do these kind of things. And I honestly think discipline and routine makes you more creative if you can figure out how to get, like, okay, instead of the 4 to 6 a.m., because I'm the same way. I used to think that too. Like, I'm a night owl. I'm so much better, at night, just because I'm not a morning guy. It was me, like, kind of justifying me staying up.
Yeah, don't give yourself preconditions to creativity. Just
Yeah.
like it can happen at any time. When I'm driving, of course, that's when I'm most creative. When I can't write it down or whatever. That sort of thing. But like, don't defeat yourself before you start, because I know that's something that can happen for you, where it's just like, man, I can't even get going. It's like an idea I was thinking. What if you just start every video out as a sizzle reel? This is a boom, 30 seconds of my best stuff. And then you build around that sort of thing. Or like whatever kind of mental sort of trick that you need to get going. Just something to get going.
Right. Sometimes I'll write with the title first, and then I'll write everything out from there. Or sometimes, or how you usually are supposed to write stuff is, write it out, then title it. You got to figure out what works for you, and it might be different every time, but you need to kind of figure out how to, like, create these processes to not get overwhelmed. It'll be unique in the end, because you can think about it this way. It'll be unique because you're going to be hard on yourself to make it different, right? But in order to get the job part of it done, the not so fun, the actual work, create that vanilla style of video. Then you always have that in case you can't think of something creative, right?
Dude, I'm honestly gonna do that, because the way that I do my edits kind of right now is I start from the beginning. I don't move. I will not go any further unless that first part feels perfect. You know what I mean? Like, because what's the point? What's the point of me moving forward if this part's not perfect yet? So yeah, just laying out, just kind of laying it out smooth, like having a big rough draft of it first, and then kind of going into it could help me.
Look, we've created time limits for like us coding stuff. That's not super creative, but problem solving your way to the answer can be in a way. And so like, hey, let's not. We both had a problem with that, and we'd spend hours looking at one thing where it's just like, all right, 45 minutes, figure it out, or
Yeah.
you don't. And then what's the contingency plan?
Chances are you're going to be thinking of it the same exact way that at the end of the 45 minutes than you did at the start. Like you can spend 45 minutes on something, but people get inside their own heads so much where it's like, well, this is the way I'm deciding that this problem is going to be solved, and it doesn't do it, and then you come back to it,
Yeah.
and you're a lot better off.
I'm almost thinking about like you're building a house. Like you don't cut corners because by the time you get to the end of it, it's going to be all messed up. So, and this is something.
The house has to have the foundation. It's an if this then that. You don't need to do that kind of logic to edit. You can jump around.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can fly the helicopter with a roof on it and let it levitate over top of the.
And this
house
is something that we should point out because it is unique. Is that I'm doing all the editing and most of the stuff by myself. I don't have even a second eye to look at it and be like, hey, what if that's a little weird or what? So I'm relying on everything that I'm doing to look at it myself and pick out.
Right. And now you're putting so much pressure on yourself because you haven't thought about trying to get that second eye, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, if it's one of us and you're in here more and we take a look at something for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If it's literally like you do a virtual, you hire someone virtually to look at stuff.
Yeah.
That's an option.
Yeah, Eric knows, like, when I would show people videos or show him, like, my videos, I literally would just be, like, watching the person. Like, I love watching my videos
that's good,
with
though.
people
That's fine.
because I can literally feel the awkward pauses or, like, when something's weird or awkward, I can feel it. And I don't feel it when I'm by myself sometimes. But when I'm standing over somebody's shoulder and they're watching it and I'm watching it kind of like they are, I can feel it. And it helps so much better. I rely on just getting a fresh eye. I'll walk away for 20 minutes or a day,
Right.
and then come back and look at it, and I'll be like, "What was I thinking there?" Like that's
So that's good. And maybe while you're doing that, you're proactively trying to work on creative stuff. Like, I think doing other creative things, exercises, drawing, writing, stuff like that can help the other things. But I think you need to have some kind of routine, honestly, to help you to get on track to get the side tasks done, right? So you have the work in the business, and then you have all the other hours that aren't the work, which is usually about 80%. We were talking about this yesterday. Most service businesses break down to, the way I see it, break down to this. You have time spent in business development and marketing. You have client services or customer service. You have project management and administrative time. And then you have the actual work. And the actual work sometimes is like 5% because you're doing all these other things. You've already gotten good here, and these other things are sucking up all your time. Now, it's that thing of like, if you want to get to that next, you need to always like put it in a week reminder. I'm going to spend 10 minutes and go, all right, how can I get better on not the technical side of shooting, not that work side. You should do that too, but it sounds like you already do it. So in a way, but time is the biggest thing you're going to have to figure out. The reason I'm telling you to do Act 1, 2, and 3 is eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to be doing so much that you're going to disappoint. And I've been there, and it's not great. And it feels like shit because I do feel something with the work I'm doing because I feel like clients, we're part of their business. That's how I feel about it when they hire us. So you're going to get maxed out. Or what if you got in a car accident? What's going to happen? You break your hands. You can't use the keyboard.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Well, you should get
mittens.
Aflac's insurance,
get
supplemental insurance. You don't need health insurance for this, I think. Supplemental insurance, it's a little bit a month, but if you do stuff with your hands, that's what it's for.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Hand
scared
insurance?
now.
Yeah, because this is my salon industry stuff. So
That's
they used to
interesting.
offer that because if stylist breaks their hands, they can't work. So you need to think ahead of those things too on the business side and go, okay, I feel like, and you don't have to. I say track your time, see where you're wasting a lot of it. I know that's a hard discipline to keep doing. I mess up sometimes with that, but once I started keeping, all right, my home life, work life, how much am I spending doing X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, I'm doing shitty work at night when I'm trying to push myself. If I just got up like Eric did at 4:30 in the morning.
It's 4 for the 50th time, but whatever.
I think you're a Navy SEAL, so I go 4:30. But 4 o'clock,
I'm up half an hour before them fucking pussy seals.
tell Jocko Willnick, take a picture of your phone and tweet it at him.
So scary.
I would, like, that is actually kind of the best thing for creative in a weird way.
Dude, I don't think I'll ever get up
You,
that early.
you just already sold yourself out.
I mean, dude, I'm
Here's
gonna
the
have
thing.
to like completely
Here's
go
what-
around.
here's what I'm gonna say.
I'm just gonna stay up.
How's it working now?
No,
Right?
like so I've been doing that for like a year, staying up late, or like and it's not working. It doesn't work. So
Right.
I figured it out on my own,
Right, but
and I'm
are you
ready to
are
go
you,
back
Are you
to being a regular person.
are you practicing what you know is wrong? Right. That's the self-destructive part of being a creative person. We all have that.
I'm trying to think about back to when we were like in high school and college, like after summer break. How did you get yourself back into that sleeping cycle?
You're a fucking lazy college kid. Like college. No,
Yeah, we had to go back to school
no,
after summer. So
you're,
how
you're
do
looking back and you're looking down. I say look at
Damn
Jocko
it.
Willnick.
Everything I do is looking back and down.
You could do all this stuff. You just you build up these little barriers. For
I'm talking
yourself.
shit to you to talk shit to myself too. So don't think I have this
Yeah.
like 100% like locked down and I'm Mr. Discipline.
Yeah.
I say a lot of this stuff to
Yeah,
remind
no,
me.
I understand.
You know,
Just because I get up at 4 doesn't mean I don't have many problems other places in my life. You know, but like that thing I kind of got figured out. You know.
You know what I miss is sunrises in the morning time. Like morning's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
It's meant to be looked at.
Yeah, and
Pink
you could go-
skies, beauty.
and if you had your, you could shoot something, get stock video, and make some money just on the side. Something you're doing.
No,
anyway.
I'm over it, dude. I'm done with the night owl thing because it doesn't work. I've tried it now. It was so funny the other day. I woke up. I was mad that I had to get up so early. I literally opened my eyes. I was like, "This is bullshit." I might have said it out loud.
Sure.
5 minutes later, I was walking outside, and I'm like, "This is beautiful." Like
Yeah.
Right.
immediately, my mood changed.
There's
from
circadian
being
rhythms
outside.
and shit. Like everybody I know that's super successful gets up earlier than. I think the majority of them get up earlier than almost everybody else.
You almost
Sure.
have to train your body ahead of your mind. Like when my alarm is going off, my feet, I feel the cold of my feet hitting the floor before I even realize what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm popped up and out of bed
That's crazy, dude.
before my brain starts.
Put the phone alarm across the room about
Yeah.
as far away as you can get it. Because
Yeah.
then once you get up, you're like, all right, now I just got to roll into the next room and just keep going. Don't
Right.
sit
Dude,
down.
the smell of coffee perks me up. But the problem is,
Just don't sit down. Just keep walking.
Program a coffee machine in your room if you have to.
before I even said that, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I think this is really good because you're finding I'm calling you out on it and I'm doing it in a yell talky way.
People
But
love to call me out on shit. I
But-
just ooze this
You-
persona.
you
of-
asked for help. And
no, I do.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I take everything very seriously, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm just like everybody else that just trying to better
It's
myself.
not calling out. We're trying to help.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
now
I know.
and you have this video as almost a legacy reminder if you wanted to look at it and go, okay,
Look how
what-
fat I
what-
was.
What did I do? What did I take out of this kind of thing?
Well, look how skinny I was.
I think self-reflection something
Sad.
self-reflection something I've gotten away from because I haven't created time for it. So when I do, it's a lot better because then I can go, okay, I shouldn't talk over Eric as much on the podcast. I feel like I've been doing that a lot. I need to kind of not do this at home. That the whole thing about the what is it? The unanalyzed life is not worth living or something like that. You do need to create time to kind of hone yourself and just seriously, like, it's not selfish. It's actually makes you it makes you selfless because the more you work on yourself, the more time you have available for other people in a weird way.
Yeah. Thinking about you guys helps. Like, I mean, honestly, all you had to do was drop some loads. But
And
I mean, you guys got some responsibilities. You got two
loads.
kids.
Drop some loads.
That was the nicest way I could have said it. I
was
didn't want
like,
to.
Nice.
You had kids.
Yeah.
You have two. You have beautiful children.
Well,
but that's such a mind blowing responsibility. It makes me stronger knowing that you guys are out there doing it.
Right, and that's why it's
Those
like,
guys can fucking do it.
it's hard to create that urgency. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it is that thing of like, once you have the kid, you go, oh shit, I can't be fucking around anymore. Like I gotta get my shit together, right? I can't blame other people for my back pain. I got to take care of it.
Yeah, just give it time too. They'll start calling you out for stuff on their own.
And the other thing,
Once they get old enough.
the other thing that's
Avery asked me about my belly pretty much like every other time.
see, the audience doesn't know who Avery is.
That's my
His
daughter.
daughter.
That's my daughter.
All right, so one other thing before I forget is surround yourself by people doing shit, right? It seems like you're by yourself working a lot.
Yeah.
Come in this, you have a key. I'll give you a key. Come in this office. It's good to be in this environment. Even if we're not here, there's other entrepreneurial people up in this building. It does sponge around you. I think that's really valuable. I keep a membership to a kosher office place in town because I like going over there and just being around a lot of people doing their own thing. It does have this weird kind of vibe to it that makes you want to do more, or you just talk with people you never talked with before. Mm-hmm. So I think if you hole yourself up editing in the middle of the night, that part of that is you're not surrounding yourself with other people that could influence you in a good way.
Plus, it can affect your routine. Having a routine of getting up, going down to the office, boom, this is my time to do this. This is my creative time.
I love the idea of just being able to be like, hey, look at this, guys. Does this look stupid to you? What do you think about this?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's...
We're
that
happy
would
to
be
do it.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
No,
I like
that's what this place is supposed to be, is an entrepreneurial kind of hub. I want people to be able to come in and out and kind of work who are what we consider preferred partners and all that. But yeah, I was thinking, because we're about an hour anyway. What do we title this, I think? How to
beat down John Paul.
I mean, no, just,
small
business people's problems, man.
Small problems.
Yeah.
Breaking down barriers.
Big people, small problems.
How do big people small problems? I think the other part too, I meant to get to this, and we'll do it again, but break down every stage of the process for a client, right? The reason you might not be closing as much, and I'm saying this to you and I'm trying to extrapolate for the audience, the reason you're probably not closing at a higher rate is because you're not targeting the right leads, right? You might get leads out of referrals and go, hey, I'm not even doing anything, stuff's coming in. But you may find that those are shit leads after a while.
Sure, and I've kind of felt really good about myself, like up to this point, about basically being all referral based. Like all my business is just people that have seen my work or they know somebody, and I've been able to stay pretty dang busy doing that. But you're absolutely right. It's like I want to be finding the right people, not wasting all my time.
So I'm going to do this real quick. So you have a funnel, and this is going to be hard to I'm going to try to illustrate this with my words, but I would say you have a marketing plan, right? That's at the top of the beer bong. That's where the foam is, right?
Just call it a bong. It's easier.
I mean, beer funnel, though?
Okay.
Yeah.
Beer funnel.
My brain goes bonk.
Beer funnel. And so I used to call them beer bongs, I guess.
There you go.
So at the foam, there's the marketing strategy. So part of that is, you're going to get referrals, but those come to you. What can you go do? You should join a networking group like BNI. You should talk to other videographers, maybe other film production companies, because you never know. Find those referral partners. PR companies always need video. What are lifestyle-related businesses that you might be able to kind of reciprocate some love to? There's wedding coordinators and stuff. Try to meet up with them. How can we help each other? Those kind of things. So you have this marketing plan where you're going to do like 10, 20 different tactics to get that audience you want. It will suck at first, right? Because
20 different marketing tactics?
Yeah.
You could do it. Start with one. Okay. We got to come up with
You
20 today.
You're
It's not like
overwhelmed
that.
by the number. I just threw like 4 out there that are really easy.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to if you want to be a good business, like part of the process part is for you to be scalable, to
Are
grow.
billboards on that list? Like on
Billboards?
I want a billboard on the interstate. I'll come up with
you.
something
Okay.
funny.
Look, now you're cold. Now you need to go, who's my audience? And then you do the marketing tactics around that, right? After that, now the funnel, the beer funnel, it's getting to your gullet at 90% and not 25% close rate, right? But we're not done, right? So you closed on them here. That's in your gullet. Now it's going down your esophagus, and this is the work. Part 1, 2, 3: pre-production, production, post. In post, we're gonna break that out to act 1, 2, and 3, right? And compartmentalize that because your post is your most time consuming. After that, now how do you turn this client or customer into a better influencer for you? Hey, can you review me once you're done? Can you, after that, you send them an email, hey, if you can send this out, if you're happy with it, tell them 20% off, the next one.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah.
Referral bonus.
Right, or a finder
$50
fee.
gift card,
Sure.
whatever. Just, if you refer a friend, boom.
Then you're going to write something about it on your site, and that is going to be creative and from the heart and what you wanted to do that made it different. That's where you can talk about that. Then you use that piece of content, and it goes back to this audience you're targeting. So now you just created content on something you're doing already, and it goes back and it goes into the whole message.
Yeah, you know what I do? I started doing, and I can actually do this with like my commercial businesses too, is posting anniversary posts. Every time like their year anniversary or whatever comes around, be like, this was a year ago. We did this. Look, check it out. Tag them. But that's just one post.
You know what we've been doing? Send a handwritten thank you.
Yeah.
That goes so far.
With all of that,
well, you'd be happy to know the
information.
commercials we're doing this month with Formex. They're a repeating customer. We did videos for them last year. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
Now you need to pimp yourself out, because otherwise we only know about it and no one else does.
Yeah.
Right?
To other people in the industry, hey, look, I did these guys. You do a little something different.
And we suck shit at this exit part. So don't get me wrong. We need to do case studies on everything. We somehow will one day, but
it's just when it's done, it's so easy to be like, oh, it's done.
Right, and
Get
move
out of
on.
my face, like not worry about it. Like I can't even try and squeeze these people anymore. But it's not squeezing them,
the project's not done until you have everything exited out. And part of that, what's that exit process? It's even as small as writing a thank you letter and having these like 4 little things. All right, write a little blog post about it, push it out there, email them. Have like 5 things to do after they get the video.
Yep.
That's how, and then get their emails, send an email blast once a month, be top of mind.
Yeah. Well, for you, like I think it could be pretty easy to come up with these checklists, whatever, to go through the process of start to finish with a writing. For us, we've struggled a lot because we don't even know. There's so much that we're trying to do that we can't quantify it. There's branches of arms coming off of the pie chart, and it's just complicated. But for you, I think it can be fairly straightforward, building in some creative time, whatever, that it'll really help you mentally to just be able to see everything.
And to that part, we were saying that a lot too, and now we've been going like, okay, simplify it. We're trying to write this thing about how badass we are. Let's just write something. And I use drag and dictate, and I just try to dictate stuff. Now I need to calibrate it because it doesn't get my mumble yet. Or I need to take speech classes, which I think is coming up soon. But, it's utilizing
Good
time.
speech class. The way you said it just now made it seem like you had a stroke or something, and now you have to go to speech class. It's voluntary, basically.
I literally had a seizure trying to say the word seizure yesterday, or the other day with Eric.
Seizure.
What was it? Remember we were driving home from John J.
Seizure.
Mary's podcast?
Epilepsy.
Oh, yeah. I had a... He said,
Epilepsy. And
I
then
kept
he
going.
just couldn't stop talking
And then
about it.
then I had an epileptic.
There we go. Try it again.
Apoplectic? Apoplectic?
This is
All
good exiting from the exit talk.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening. Hope this helps. We'll do better next time.
How much do I owe you guys? It helped me. I
We're
mean,
$186.50 an hour.
All right.
So that's our rate for reals. If anybody needs help.
$1 and...
But
Tampaniac Pictures.
Yeah.
Tampaniac.com.
My
Check
company
out.
is Tampaniac Pictures. I know it's a little hard to pronounce and spell, but it's Tampa with an Niac at the end.
And you're available for more than just weddings.
Yeah, we do small commercial, small business stuff.
Shit, if
the
you're
most
out-
affordable production company in Tampa, and most hands-on. And
if you're out there, I film sketches with these guys. Funny is the best advertising. It gets the most shares. I think we're going to play that up in the future. I think so. Comedy might actually make us some money in business. So, thank y'all for listening. Subscribe, rate, review, and we'll see you later.
thanks for the help, guys.
Laters.